Hello, my name is Vince Holbrook. I am the Director of Marketing and Communication for the Moravian Ministries Foundation in America. I'd like to speak to you today about one of the 5 areas of service that we provide to Moravian congregations and agencies. And the one that we'll focus on today is called Gift Facilitation. Allow me to share a PowerPoint with you. So, gift facilitation as a service, first of all, there's no charge to either the donor or the congregation recipient for this service. And there are 3 aspects to it. The first aspect is that we will help the recipients convert non-cash gifts into cash gifts that they can use. So this would be a gift of property or a gift of stock, for example. But these gifts often, while very helpful to congregations and agencies, it's not something that they get often enough to really know how to do well themselves. So non-CAF gifts are things that the Moravian Ministries Foundation do quite often, and we have expertise in this area. So you can direct people to us to make those gifts. And that's one area that we provide. The second aspect of gift facilitation is using the gifts, the tools of philanthropy, to make smarter and often earlier gifts. This means that we can set up various kinds of funds and trusts that will possibly provide income for the donor during life or someone else during life, and then go on upon the person's passing, go on as a gift or remainder trust or whatever. So there are various kinds of funds and trusts that we can help set up that will make those gifts smarter and, in many cases, sooner than otherwise. And then the third aspect of gift facilitation is the giving portal, which is an online giving service that we provide at no charge to either the donor or the congregation for online gifts. And so we'll talk a little bit about that. Actually, there is a charge for those services, but we pay that charge. The Moravian Ministries Foundation pays the card processing fees so that when a donor makes a gift through the giving portal, the recipient receives the full amount of that gift with no fees deducted, which is often the case with other kinds of online services. So in regard to converting assets to cash gifts, I'd like to point out that imagine with me that it's December 29th and your largest donor in the church or wealthiest donor has decided to make an end-of-year gift for tax reasons. And the first thought of that person is, well, my church. But the problem is, on the 29th of December, nobody's answering the phone. Everybody's scattered. Christmas is over. There's nobody there to take the call or to work with that person. This may sound like a contrived or unusual circumstance, but the truth is many gifts, in fact, 12% of all gifts, are made in the last 3 days of the year. So it's not unusual at all. It's quite common for someone to make a last-minute gift. And oftentimes these gifts are non-cash in nature. So a gift of stock or a gift of property. How would your church handle that? Or would that donor need to go somewhere else to make that gift? We certainly hope not. One of the things that the Moravian Ministries Foundation can do for your church is you can direct people to us. You know, how many of you ask yourself, if I were a donor and I was wanting to make a gift to your church and I went to your website, would there be any kind of instruction there on how to do that? Maybe you've got a link to online giving, but is there any link or information about how to make a non-cash gift? The answer in most cases, because we've checked, is no. So some churches do that. We encourage you to consider the possibility of making that a permanent fixture on your website, a link to us, because we are working December 29th, and we do know what to do when someone makes a call to make that kind of gift. Oftentimes, these gifts can be rather complex. In other words, one gift might be divided among several recipients. And the Moravian Ministries Foundation is a neutral source to assist in those complicated gifts where multiple parties are involved and indeed recipients. So that's a reason to keep us in mind. You may want to put a link on your website or a description of how to contact us on your website so that when and if that happens, you don't miss the opportunity. Making smarter gifts sooner. I've already mentioned this, but the skills that we bring to the party here using the gifts of philanthropy or the tools of philanthropy, the various kinds of funds can help the donor minimize or optimize the taxation consequences of a gift. We can set up various kinds of funds that will encourage that donor to make the gift earlier because we can make arrangements or provisions so that they do receive an income during their life. And we can provide a stream of income for that donor or for someone else that they have responsibility for. We can help donors recognize that assets that are not going to be needed. Sometimes people have insurance policies or money put away in various forms, stocks, whatever, and they simply exceed what that person is going to need for the remainder of their life. And we can help them identify those. And we can foster the discussions to help minimize the restrictions that the donor puts on the gift. Oftentimes, churches received gifts that have restrictions, and because of those restrictions, they're actually less meaningful than they might otherwise be. And we can have those conversations without appearing to be biased in any way. We can work with that donor to make a gift that is appropriate and comes with minimal restrictions. The giving portal is another service, another aspect of the gift facilitation service that we provide. As I mentioned, there is no charge to the congregations. Some congregations have their own online giving service and continue to use those, even though they might be paying for those services, and they have their reasons for doing so. But all Moravian congregations, emerging congregations, fellowships, and the like have this service available to them through us at no charge. So the way it works is we acknowledge those gifts and provide the tax receipts by email at the time of the gift. Therefore, it removes that responsibility from you as the recipient. The notes that come with our reports that are generated twice per month typically will come to you, so that unless that donor has indicated that they wish to make a gift anonymously, you will know who made that gift. So if you are keeping track of, pledge cards or that kind of thing, you'll have the information necessary. This service also allows people to make gifts in honor or memory of someone. Oftentimes, there might be an opportunity for someone to, in lieu of flowers, make a gift to your church. And we can certainly handle that. That is an option available through the giving portal. Also, occasions such as Mother's Day, Father's Day, Memorial Day, there are many opportunities throughout the year when people might want to make a gift in memory or honor of someone, and that is enabled through the giving portal. We send the notes to the people to let them know that the gift has been made. We also have various promotions throughout the year that in general encourage giving through the giving portal. For example, the Moravian Day of Giving is a day that we promote very hard each year. It's on Mardi Gras each year, and we encourage and often provide matching funds or other incentives to encourage giving on those days. Giving Tuesday is another example. And congregations are ultimately the beneficiaries of that promotional work that we do, because you benefit directly from gifts made to your congregation and indirectly through gifts to our field of interest funds that make grants, and you are eligible to apply for grant money through those field of interest funds. And that concludes the discussion of gift facilitation as a service. I encourage you to call us and ask any questions and explore the other four areas of service that we provide to help congregations. Thank you.